When did you first realize that you had some talent to be a pretty good ball player?
I mean, ever since a kid, I've been playing baseball, and my dad was a coach, and I was playing with my older brother Cash, and so I guess just growing up, I kind of figured baseball was going to be in my life.
Did it occur to you at some point that maybe you were better than the other kids and had more natural talent than the other kids?
I played on a lot of teams where I was the youngest kid, and so that always kind of told me that I could compete with some of these older guys, and always hearing feedback from them and compliments.
Yeah. I think your manager said you're a Joe Mauer type. It's a pretty nice compliment. Have you heard that before?
Absolutely. I've heard it a couple of times, but I mean, Joe Mauer's proven himself, and I definitely need to do that continually. So it's an awesome comment. So.
Coming out of high school, the word on you is that you're just awesome defensive catcher, cannon arm, but you might need to work on your hitting a little bit. How much of that have you done since getting drafted last summer, going into this spring?
Well, first off, I mean, everyone has their things to say, but I mean, I focus on defense just as much as I do offense, and I think I've come along on both sides of the field tremendously just out of high school even.
As a high school catcher, you called your own pitches. Is that kind of unusual in high school baseball these days?
It is a little bit more of just the fact because a lot of the high school guys that are catching, they're still uncommitted to colleges or things like that. So they haven't, or they're guys that haven't been catching since a kid. They've kind of transferred over because at high schools, you need players everywhere and things like that. But I've always called my game ever since I can remember. Little League, my dad was the coach, and he always let us call our own games.
In order to do that, you have to know your pitchers. You have to know the hitters. So you spend a lot of time, I assume, just studying.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the kids I grew up playing with, I was around all the time, and so we were all best friends, and so I knew them more personally than even on the field, and so I think that bond right there kind of had the trust of the battery, pitcher catcher, and so that really helped.
And what will you do here in this league in terms of opposing hitters and your pitchers?
Plans just to get a feel for each team and what their offensive mindsets are, if they're aggressive or if they're more passive in the first inning, etc. And just kind of learn from each game.
Did you get to work much with the major league guys like Russell and Tony Sanchez in spring?
I didn't get to work with them much. No, I was around them a couple of days, but mainly just being a backstop back there for the bullpens.
What's it like coming into the organization now that it's the best farm team in baseball? Yeah, made the playoffs. The guys who came through a couple of years ago were sort of apologizing, all the Pirates. Different feel now, I would guess.
It's exciting, yeah, definitely. I mean, I went up to Pittsburgh for 2 or 3 days during the summer and got to watch one of the games, and it's an exciting time for the city and the fans and everyone. So I'm stoked to be a part of it.
Does it help you guys make each other better when you have so much talent coming through together? Whether it's Wyatt and Jen, obviously, just being around that level.
Yeah, absolutely.